Alrighty, hello. I'm actually way too far away from the microphone and I need to slightly move it, which may sound funny. This is why you prepare ahead of time. Fix my chair. Alright, that's why you prepare ahead of time, professional folks. This video is probably going to be entirely Mushroom Rock Road. The reason for this is because Mushroom Rock Road is actually pretty long. There's a lot of things that happen in Mushroom Rock Road at this first chapter. It's entirely optional, much like about 90% of the game is actually entirely optional, but we're going to be doing much of it. Not all of it. You can't do all of it in one run because you'd have to pick a side, as I've mentioned before. You have to actually pick a side before you can do everything. Which requires 2 runs, because there's 2 sides. But anyway, we're at 8%. By the time we're at the end of this, we will be at 13%. So, many things occur here. We actually have to go here twice, technically, but you can do it back to back, so really it's just going to be one kind of visit to the area. I don't remember why exactly it is you have to do it. You have to go twice to this area, but Clasco, I think, moves when you leave, but I'm not sure why it doesn't just move when you travel through the area, but whatever. First thing we need to do is see this happening.
It's those creeps again!
Maybe there's a sphere here.
It's our turn to do the following.
Indeed. Our first goal here is to talk to Yibel, which I think is actually this guy that stands in front.
Yuna. You haven't forgotten me, have you?
Maybe. You're Yibel of the Youth League.
Yibel, isn't it? You're in the Youth League.
Ha! You really do remember me. I am truly honored, Lady Yuna. Since that day we first spoke, the Youth League has been conducting a sphere hunt of its own. We, the Youth League! Clasco, take it from here.
That means he forgot what he's supposed to
The
say.
Youth League, to better our understanding of Spira's past, vow to remain vigilant in our search for ruins and spheres.
Oh, that's enough! Those 2 guys are getting away!
Did LeBlanc's men pass through here?
Yes, they said they're here to take care of our fiend problem. You see, the Youth League is in preparation for an important operation, leaving our patrols short-handed. As a result, the road to headquarters has been overrun with fiends. Be warned, unless you can defeat the fiends on the road, you will not be able to pass. So, are you ready to run the gauntlet?
Not really, but yes,
Understood.
that's actually why we're here.
Expect to encounter fiends until you reach the vicinity of the lift. Fight your way through them and proceed to headquarters. That's it. Good luck. Clasco? Clasco, show them the way.
Of course. This way, please.
Yeah, let's hunt some fiend!
Alright, she's enthusiastic. Do a quick chat with him again, see if he says anything. Reach left, be careful, Alright. I should probably fix the party. Ignore the fact that all of these people are here, don't worry about those. That's a thing that happened. We're gonna go ahead and... No, don't do that. Plop back in our normal party for the purposes of story progression. We won't be using any monsters for the purpose of story progression because it's freaking weird.
You seem down.
Well, a lot has happened since you brought us the calm. I ended up following Captain Lucille. When she joined the Youth League, so did I. But I'm still stuck playing tour guide. Ugh. You know, all I want is to ride on a chocobo faster than the wind.
Okay,
You know,
anything else to say? Nope, he's just gonna say that again. Alright, now, our next goal here is to encounter Ormi and Logos, the people that we literally just saw at the bottom of the valley. And I, for the life of me, cannot remember specifically where or in what direction to get to the bottom of the valley. I think it might just be like right past the elevator that you have to go to, but I can't remember, so we're just gonna kind of wing it and see if we can get there. There's gonna be a lot of random encounters in this place. Fiends will attack more often under cover of fog. Proceed with caution. Indeed. And I originally meant to do this, make sure people had stuff equipped. Which we may as well equip something here, because she doesn't have anything. We could put on... I'm going to put on the fairy earrings just because they give better stat bonuses than the other ones. Alright, now we are slightly underleveled. You're going to be anywhere from slightly to horrendously underleveled through pretty much the entirety of this game. It's kind of poorly designed in that aspect. Also, it's very dark. I'm sorry. This area is dark. It's dark for me too. That's just how the area is designed. Which is moderately annoying, but hey. Ambush. We should probably have a black mage for this, actually. I'm thinking a black mage might be a good idea. What does she have? She has flame tongue. Well, that would actually be good on a bully cap because he's weak to fire. And I don't think this trigger happy is going to do what I want it to. I am mashing that button, but it's not doing trigger happy. Do it. There we go. No, that didn't do at all what I wanted it to do. That's why I hate this area, because they chain freaking magic. I think I might actually turn off weight. Also, I really hate fighting in this area. Come on. Kill it before it casts. It's gonna cast. God dang it. On the plus side, you get a ton of XP if you live through these fights, which we're currently having a heck of a time doing. I could pot shot. That might help. That didn't help at all. Big thunder. That's not gonna help at all. I have a feeling we're not gonna make it through this encounter here because we let them do magic up. That would get its fire off. I think it did actually technically get its fire off. This is it gonna happen. Rip party. Could try to flee. How do I flee? Forgot how to flee. Escape! Flee! Alright, I'm gonna quickly reform the party in a slightly more useful fashion for this area. Also, 2 people are dead, which is actually bad because we don't have very many Phoenix Downs. So we have tons of potions because I stole a bunch doing creature stuff. That was a waste of potions, but whatever. Alright. Let's change the garment grid real quick. Yes. Let's put this here. That way everyone can easily get to Black Mage. I really don't care about Festivalist right now. It might be good, but I don't particularly care about it. And Riku, because Thief is not terribly useful here, you can be our Black Mage for the time being. You're not a very good Black Mage. In fact, you're pretty awful Black Mage, but you are a Black Mage. So let's see what she's learning. She's already got all the basics. She's learning 2nd level, which isn't bad. Focus, I think we'll just keep learning 2nd level spells already. She has 69 MP. Fair enough. I really should have had a Black Mage in the party to begin with coming into this area. Oh, hello. Hi guys, no, wait. I wish to speak with you. Oh, so we have to go down this way, fair enough. I thought it was down, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head specifically. I believe there's a chest over here, actually. Nope, there's not. I thought they replaced the ultimate weapon that spawns there with a chest. There's 4 enemies in this encounter. 4! One of them's a coyote, which is completely worthless, but 4 elementals. 3 elementals, actually. And because they're freaking elementals, they're gonna constantly do AoE attacks, which... Man, do I hate AoE attacks. I really badly hate AoE attacks. Seriously, this is all they will ever do. Would you seriously just do 0 damage? Oh, because I used the wrong spell. God dang it. And they're starting the magic up train. Yuna, can you heal yourself? TY. Riku, would you like to cast something at some point? Thank you. You didn't even kill it. How'd you manage to not kill it? It's still not dead. Why are these things so dangerous? I think Riku might actually die before we can get a potion off because of the cast interrupts. Come on. Well, at least that one's dead. She learned Ice Brand and then died, but she did learn Ice Brand. You should probably be casting that. This is probably the most annoying enemy in the entire game, is elemental groups like this, because they just do this over and over and over again. It's so annoying. Pain probably gonna die again. Yep, Pain died again. God dang it, Pain! You had one job and it was to not die every freaking encounter. God dang it. On the plus side, we now have Ice Brand, so we have two people who have a capability of attacking this thing with some sort of elemental capability. Welcome to this area, and welcome to why I usually prefer being drastically higher levels than I currently am. Let's go ahead and blow a bunch of potions here to heal up. Might as well just heal everyone. Once we get White Mage, we won't have to burn so many potions. We will, however, still burn astronomical amounts of MP. Like crazy... Oh, it's this freaking pathway. There we go. Crazy amounts of MP will be burned in this game. There's a chest right there in the middle of the pathway. With a high potion in it. Lovely jubbly. And this is a Thornberry. This is a thing you should not fight. You can fight them. They're not, you know, super duper end of the world powerful, but they're powerful enough to where there's really no reason to fight them. Also, I can't see a freaking thing. I'm actually navigating via the map at the moment. I will save here. Probably not recommended, but I will save here. I've got, you know, save slots everywhere. We'll be alright if something were to occur. Now, I have no idea what percentage we should be at right now, but it should be between 8 and 13. Is there a treasure over here? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Might do some grinding in this area, I'm not entirely sure. You flame tongue the bully cat, you shoot that, you fire the bully cat. Fire the bully cap, it's not doing its job. Just, I want you to look at damage outputs here. These coyotes hit, what, one person for, you know, 6 damage or something. That's it. 6 damage, one person. The elementals hit the entire party for 30 to 40 damage. It's crazy. They're way more powerful than they should be in this game. And that's true of every elemental in the game. They're all ridiculous. I'm going to touch this just to go ahead and restore our HP and MP. And if we go through here, this should be where Ormi and Logos are.
This one ain't no
Yep.
good.
Nor this one.
What are you doing?
Let's get out of here.
We must inform the boss.
Hey, they dropped something. Finders keepers.
Hooray! Hooray! We got a thingy. There's a door here. Look at it. We picked up a thing, it lit the thing. One of said things. There's probably a correlation between the thing and the thing that lit up on the other thing. And then this dude's like, hey, what are you doing here?
Long time no see. Remember me?
Yes, of course I do.
Glad to hear it.
How have you been?
I joined up with the Youth League, and that's been keeping me pretty busy.
Oh, I'm a sphere hunter now.
Ah, that sounds great. Trying out a new way of life. Actually, Passe's a sphere hunter now too. He's the leader of the Kinderguardians. Be nice to him if you see him.
How's
That name.
Isaru?
The Youth League discovered this place, you know. It's called the Den of Woe. It was sealed around the time of Operation Mihen.
And Isaru?
But, the seal can supposedly be broken with the right combination of spheres.
I don't think he wants to talk about Isaru. Just saying.
I'm afraid this place is off limits until we can conduct a more thorough investigation. So, I'll, have to ask you to leave. I'm sorry.
Ask about Isaru again. Maybe he'll answer that time. Alright. We don't actually have to talk to him. Now we have to run back up and then all the way back around to the elevator. Which, as you might imagine, given the way I phrased that, is quite a long trek. On the plus side, random encounters. On the downside, random encounters. You hit the coyote, you hit... Just hit a red elemental, and you now have Ice Brand, so you can hit a red elemental as well. But we're gonna get the crap beat out of us again because... Fire elementals, they're OP. Admittedly, they will only spawn in darker areas, but like 90% of this place is darker areas, so it doesn't really do us a whole lot of good having this newfound knowledge. If we can kill one of them, we're in a much better position. There we go. Now we can twiddle down a second one. Actually, you have Cheap Shot now, don't you? Yep. So she should be able to do a decent amount of damage to an elemental now, because it ignores defense. This is, of course, at the cost of, This is at the cost of MP, but, you know, she's not going to do anything else with that MP, so... Look at that. Perfect. And we are actually getting levels really quickly, which is good. We need those levels. As you might have been able to figure out, we do need those levels. The beginning of the game, especially if you're doing a 100% run in the order that I'm doing it in, might be a little bit tricky because of the difficulty of some of the fights. This fight, however, this is an easy fight. Well, I mean, easy compared to fire elementals. These guys do, like, no damage. I don't care what she's actually casting right now. She's going to be our primary black mage. We'll have secondary black mages and secondary white mages and stuff. Yuna will probably be the primary white mage. Pain will be the primary warrior and, what is it, Death Knight or whatever the heck it's called. I feel like I need to sneeze. But we don't have that, spleen. We don't have that ability, or that dress sphere yet, and we won't have it for a while, I don't think. I think that's what it's called anyway, Death Knight. I'm actually ignoring the coyote this time to see if we can burn down some of these elementals slightly faster. If we could cast at some point, the downside is the coyote gets to attack during casts because it's not using magic. I'll hit the coyote now, why not? Alright, so that one's dead. We learned Thunderblade, that's really good. The faster she learns all of her abilities, the better. Technically, the faster Riku learns all of her second elemental, the better as well, but that's not exactly a huge thing that I desperately need. Her learning elemental brands like that is really good though. Because she's basically a cheap black mage, effectively. Did I just cast fire? I think I did. 103 damage. I did cast fire. Whoops-a-daisy, this is gonna get us killed, isn't it? Oh, it's freaking oversold, isn't it? Oh god, I just noticed that. That's not good. That's not good at all. These two are very likely going to die here, but maybe we can get the kill off. I wanted at least Yuna out. In the event that we horribly died, we'd have someone alive. Oversoul means it's a very powerful version of the enemy. It's caused by killing certain numbers of enemies. I think it's 10, and it has a percentage chance of spawning. Gives loads of AP, loads of XP, but as you can see, and Riku's gonna be the only one that gets it, as you can see, they're very powerful. There you go. Lots of heal too. You also have, I believe, a higher chance of rare items. I don't remember exactly what they gave. I'd have to look it up, but they hit like a truck. I do not approve of trucks hitting me, so... We're also real low on MP. I didn't need to touch the save sphere earlier. I need to touch it now. Oh well. Once we get up out of here, we'll have slightly better encounters. I shouldn't actually say slightly, we'll have much better encounters. I wonder if there's an item down there. Not gonna check it out because I'm already up here now. Ain't no one got time for that. We got places to be. It's already been 20 minutes. We're like not even technically halfway done with this area. Although most of it's gonna be talking. We did not, in fact, get a much easier encounter. We can, however, one-shot that flame tongue, so... Or that bully cap, sorry. Where did I get flame tongue from? It does this interrupting magic thing even on active mode, by the way. There's that one shot, which I love. She learned Fyra already, which is great. And we're down to the only person who's able to actually effectively hit these being Riku. I wonder how many of these elementals that have been fighting have been oversold. I think it's just that one so far.
I'm ready for more.
They're just slightly... I'm sure you are. They're slightly stronger when they spawn in the dark like that. We need heal? Yeah, of course we need to heal. Welcome to this game. I'm gonna try to refrain from... Also, there's a weird, massive delay going on in the recording. Hopefully I can fix that. But, I'm gonna try to avoid using stuff like ethers unless I desperately need to, because you might notice we don't have any because they're not... You don't just get them thrown at you, at least not until like super late in the game. But by that point you usually don't need to get ethers or anything like that. Oh, I hate that corner. Every time I go past that thing I get stuck. At least we got an easy encounter. You can hit that. You can actually easily one-shot that bully cat now. And a glorious level 2 fire ability. Look at that. And to be honest, she technically can't do anything anymore. I could ever cast magic, but there's no reason for her to cast magic, so... We'll save what little... That pose. We'll save what little MP she has. She's only got one more cast. And of course we immediately get an encounter that I might flee from. Yeah, we're gonna flee from this one. Entirely because we have no MP. I will be doing some grinding off camera after this section here. I wanted to clear out the story bits of this so we can come back through here. So I can come back through here and grind on my own time. Because before we do this, there's really nowhere I can go to grind very well. All the other places are going to have little cutscenes when we go there, little events when we go there that I'll have to do on camera.
Wow, Lady Yuna.
Hello.
It's me, Elma. It's been so long. Wow, you've really changed.
How are you?
Never better. Now that I'm in the Youth League, I've always got something to do. Hey, you made it past all the fiends. Nice work. Go on, step aside.
Right away, Captain.
Wow, look at you.
Her hair is glitching out.
Not bad, huh?
Mission completed. And we get a glass buckle out of it. Woo! The Heart of Flame garment grid. I think that's actually a pretty good garment grid. I'd have to check at it. But before we leave, we need to actually talk to Lucille twice, which it's not her, but I'm gonna see if she has anything to say. Commander Lucille, don't have to talk to these guys. There's no encounters up here as far as I'm aware. Score the accessory favorite outfit. What does that do? Don't actually even remember or know what that does. Guards against Itchy. Ah, yes, Itchy. The well-known status effect from the Final Fantasy series. Yeah, that's why I like that grid, because you can get all the way up to being able to use Fainaru already without even being a black mage, although it's recommended you be a black mage. It's an interesting garment grid. You get one for each element as well, and you get Fire Eater and Fire Strike and other stuff like that. You can see the bonuses it gives. I won't be using it for now. There will be a point where I use that grid that gives you Kiraga, but not right now. You have to go to the side of it to use the elevator for some reason. Up here, there's a bunch of people we can talk to. They tell you nothing of real significance. They all just blather on about nonsense. But you should definitely talk to Lucille. Twice, specifically. She has very, very important things to tell you. She also has percentage points to give you. Very important percentage points.
This is Youth League headquarters. The Youth League was formed a year ago by people who opposed New Yevon. Its members claim that in the hands of New Yevon, Spira would only repeat its past mistakes. Their leader is a former crusader named Nuge. Apparently, he earned quite a reputation among the crusaders.
So you show up to this place, and the first thing that happens is children with swords that are larger than their body and probably weigh more than them run up and start slashing at you. So that's always good. Before we go anywhere though, we're gonna go ahead and hop down here and grab this. Restless Sleep garment grid. May as well go ahead and show that since we're here. This gives you this stuff. Not nearly as useful, but it does have a much more useful layout for multiple people to use than the Heart of Flame, unless you have very few garments that you're actually using. It's got more slots, basically. That's what I'm getting at, so you can have more dress series on it. I'm gonna do this a bunch of times. Yep. Stop shifting the camera, thank you. When it shifts the camera, it instantly corrects the direction you're heading, as opposed to 10, which keeps you heading in that direction. So you end up with situations where stuff like that happens. So the children are trying to murder everyone. Here's Lucille, all the way back here. Hello.
It's been too long, Lady Yuna. I am Lucille, commander of the Youth League forces.
It's good to see you.
Hiya! I am glad to find you well. As you can see, I have joined the Youth League to aid in the fight for a new Spira. I consider it my duty. Maven Nuge, our leader, has been hoping for an audience with my lady for some time. Unfortunately, he is planning a mission of great import and will be occupied well into the night. I am terribly sorry, but I must ask that you return another day.
Oh, it's no trouble.
My apologies.
The Youth League's looking for spheres too, right?
Yes, knowledge of the past is the key to the future, so says the Maven. It is with these words in mind that we seek the spheres of yore. The mission we are planning also revolves around a sphere, but I am sorry. I had best say no more. It is not a matter to be discussed openly.
No, I suppose not.
My apologies.
But Lady Yuna.
There sure do seem to be a lot of weirdos around here.
The Youth League is a motley bunch. Some members certainly have, questionable pasts. Just the other day, a very valuable sphere was stolen almost as soon as we discovered it.
The Thief League?
No, few here would go that far. Most of us are very devoted. We work hard with Maven Nuge towards our goal of building a new Spira. But the Maven insists that none be turned away, and so the occasional bad seed does slip through. Unfortunately. But I can think of nothing more heartening than were the Lady Yuna to join our cause. That would do the League much good.
That choice is not for right now. I believe that's
I'm very
all
sorry.
you had to say, yeah. Now on the right side of my screen, you might notice a familiar fellow sitting over there. This dude is going to talk a lot for a long time. Do not interrupt him at all. It'll bring up a menu. You would think you click on it. Don't. If you click on it, it interrupts them. Don't even do anything. Just put the controller down, let them finish talking. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. But, yeah. Enjoy his little conversation here. And by little, I mean really long.
I believe it's been fully 2 years. This calls for a celebration. Perhaps you'd like to hear a story. These past 2 years have been truly tumultuous. With sin defeated and Yevon's terrible deception exposed for all to see, it is safe to say Spira was in a state of upheaval. But it is precisely times such as these that often inspire the greatest good. For you see, out of the chaos arose a desire to forge Spira anew. And from this noble desire was born a search for truth, championed by people called the Seekers. The Seekers sought out and attempted to set right Spira's history, long concealed and warped by the temples. They looked for lessons in that history, lessons to lead Spira into a new age. The Seekers scoured Spira for ancient spheres hidden in nooks and crannies over the ages. They studied the images recorded in those spheres, for they hoped to find within clues to the true nature of Spira's past. Over time, the search for spheres grew quite popular. Some even pursued it as a profession. They, of course, are the sphere hunters, the good, the bad, and the ugly. To be sure, the majority are interested only in the excitement and adventure of it all. But it is doubtful they comprehend the gravity of the search for truth. Very doubtful.
Doubtful?
Doubtful indeed. Where was I? The founder of the Seekers was a man by the name of Tremor. Before the fall of sin, Tremor had been a priest in the orders of Yevon. With the Seekers, he had the perfect means of revitalizing Spira, or so one would have thought. But then, just 1 short year ago, Tremor founded yet another organization, the New Yevon Party. It was all quite sudden. He took the many spheres collected by the Seekers and hoarded them all to himself. Naturally, this angered those who had hoped to use the spheres as a key to unlock Spira's past. What awoke in Tremor's heart that drove him to do this, none can say, save Tremor himself. I should very much like to ask him. But sadly, he has vanished. New Yevon would not release its spheres, yet surprisingly, a great number of people rallied to its cause. Their motto was, one thing at a time. It worked to great effect. It played on people's fears of the rapid changes sweeping over Spira. It gave them something to cling to. But there were others who still harbored ill will toward the name of Yevon. And the man who united them? It was none other than Nuge, the Maven, that is, leader of the Youth League. Nuge was a member of the Crusaders. He is a powerful man, once renowned for his fearlessness in battle. His interest in history led him to devote himself to the Seeker's cause. With them, he worked to collect spheres, but in the end, New Yevon would share them with no one. Repulsed by what New Yevon had done, Nuge gathered like-minded people and formed the Youth League. Drawing its support mainly from Spira's younger generation, the League soon matched New Yevon in size. As the organization grew, so did the responsibilities of its leader. I came here hoping to speak with Maven Nuge, but he is busy in meetings, and I was turned away at the door. Pity. Looking at all the young people gathered here to take part in the League's endeavors, I must say, I'm quite envious. So much energy, so much time. While I, on the other hand, have grown weary with the passing of many years. I traveled Spira, gathering knowledge, only to have it slip my mind a moment later. Just between you and me, I don't even remember how old I am. Oh, might I ask you one small favor?
What is it?
I'd like to shake your hand, if it's not too much trouble. To touch just once the hand that defeated sin.
Make sure you
saved
do
all
accept
Spira.
his offer, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Now this old scholar can go in peace.
Don't say that.
Your hand.
Is something wrong?
No, it is nothing. Lady Yuna...
If you don't accept his offer of the handshakerage there, you've basically just wasted all of your time, except for the information it gives you, which is actually really kind of important, because it explains exactly what's going on in 10-2 in terms of the factional split that has occurred here. But if you don't shake his hand, doesn't matter. All of the percentage that you would gain by letting him talk without interrupting him is thereby gone. So at this point, we actually go back to the airship. This dude's gonna try and murder us with his sword and somehow bounce off of us like we're wearing armor or something, but whatever. So we go back here and we talk to Dude Man. Treasure Spheres, and we should have Akagi Report 1, which I think shows up in Treasure Spheres. Crimson Report 1, whatever it is. I think there's 10 of these? 8 of these? Looks like there's actually just 6 on this list. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, watch this. It's kind of important. Actually, like, really important. And then when we're done watching this, we'll head back down to the ground, which is illogical, but this is how it has to be done, so whatever.
What a mess. Let's see. Total survivors of the final Crimson Squad selection exercise: 0, zilch, and zippo. Job done. You pinhead, did you even count?
Whoever did the tall guy's voice acting is great. They did a really good job with the voice acting there. He sounds very derpy, but you know, did really good with that. This game in general does actually have pretty good voice acting overall. Now that we watched that, we're gonna go ahead and listen to Buddy explain this again for the 50 billionth time. He's gonna do that every time we go somewhere. But we need to go back down to Mushroom Rock Road, which is still 4 stars, because why the heck not? It says mission complete, but if you don't go back down here and speak to Clasco again, you miss out on very tiny amount, but you miss out on some of the percentage, and he is... he should be here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Hello.
That's it. Every time I try something new, I screw it up. I just don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know where I belong. I've spent my whole life drifting from one failure to the next. But I can't keep doing this forever. I know that there's a place for everyone in this world, even someone as sad and pathetic as me. Lady Yuna, I want to find my
The more
place.
the merrier.
Please allow
Sorry,
me to ride on
loser.
your
I love
airship.
the choices in this game.
Oh, thank you so much.
The choices are always so dramatic, like that one, like sorry loser or the more the merrier. Well, that sounds awful, doesn't it? But anyway, we're done here again. So we're gonna board the airship again. Might notice a pattern, and we're gonna go talk to Clasco, who somehow managed to get on the airship already. I guess he did technically run off before us, but we're gonna speak to Clasco in the cabin area. The residential area, the nap time area, the whatever you want to call this place area. Whenever it loads. There is a tiny part of me that wishes the PS3 loaded faster because I'm spoiled by SSDs, but whatever. Wouldn't matter because this isn't on the hard drive anyway, so SSD would not speed it up. Clasco? Clasco. There he is.
Why won't the room
You
stop
should probably go
shaking?
lay down. I think that's all he says. Yeah. He won't go lay down, but he probably should. That wall in the back, by the way, this wall back here, it looks really good. I haven't mentioned that before. Game in general looks really good. They have drastically improved texture and model quality on a lot of stuff. There are things that aren't improved, like Maishin, or however that dude's name is pronounced, as you probably noticed, but overall, they did a really good job with this. So, that's actually Mushroom Rock Road done, which means we should be at 13% on the dot, which again, can't tell with the save thing, but it should say 13% when you save, which we will do a quick check for. If it doesn't, bollocks, I missed something, we'll move on. But it should say 13. And so it does. Again, ignore the playtime. It's an arbitrary number that I just leave the PS3 running all the time. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time where we're actually going to do a bunch of really, really, really tiny things, like back to back to back, back to back to back, over and over again. I'm just going to go to places basically, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.